Geoffrey went in the Kingdom of Sweden campaign from the 1648 mod for medieval two Total War Kingdoms by Fract. We are still in the month of May 1631 and an army of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth has laid siege to Allenstein.
Command me, sire. Your will. They'll wish they'd never been born, sire.
Victor Amadeus von Jülich-Kleveberg commands the garrison of Allenstein, and Bengt of Denmark arrives with a relief force. The enemy army is commanded by Captain René and has many companies of highly experienced and very formidable winged hussars.
Show no mercy! Kill them all!
Victor Amadeus von Jülich-Kleveberg has 2 troops of Junkers under his command, and so this promises to be a contest between 2 of the best cavalry units of the period. The Junkers sally out as Bengt of Denmark appears in the distance at the head of the relief force. Here is the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth army with wonderful cavalry, the winged hussars, who are now marching to meet the army that is sallying out and is about to be joined by the relief force. Our army has formed up 3 Spanish-type tertius. The enemy cavalry is approaching. Our general falls back behind the pike line. Here are some enemy reiters, some light cavalry, charging ahead of the rest of the Polish-Lithuanian army. The head for our right flank, near this windmill here. They charge one of the tertius, but they instantly break and head off. Here's the rest of the enemy cavalry. Here are some enemy arquebusiers. They've been caught in melee with our pikemen and musketeers. And here is the main force of the enemy cavalry, the winged hussars. The winged hussars have impaled themselves into the pikes of our pikemen. They are slowly heading back. More enemy cavalry has attacked on this side. They've also been turned away. Our tertius are now reforming, and more enemy cavalry has charged on this side. More winged hussars. They've been counter-charged by our Junkers, and this is the moment of truth. Let's see who will prevail. More enemy cavalry in the distance are going past that windmill. They are reiters that have been turned back. Here's that contest between our Junkers and the winged hussars. More enemy cavalry here has been routed. It's almost as if they are making a caracol. Here are more winged hussars. They've been engaged by our pikemen. Our pikemen are holding their ground. Eventually, the winged hussars that had charged our right wing are retreating. More enemy cavalry heads our way. They are coming in waves. They've been turned away. Our Junkers have charged them. They were reiters. Now we are taking prisoners. There are also some enemy arquebusiers caught among them. And our Junkers are now falling back, and we are reforming our lines in preparation for the next enemy attack. Our units have taken cover behind these fences and farmhouses and the windmill. This makes the approach of the enemy difficult. It's difficult for them to charge our line. They also have to deal with the pathfinding around the farms. The enemy army is falling back. They're retreating to regroup. Having partially regrouped, they head back for the army that has sallied out. Our Junkers are deploying on the right, and you can see the enemy winged hussars in the distance approaching our right wing, and it looks as if now they are intending to attack our cavalry. This is something we tried to achieve in this mode, to have cavalry fighting cavalry on the wings, and it looks like the winged hussars are doing just that. Belatedly, our cavalry tries to take cover behind our pikemen, behind one of the tertios. They're just too slow, too late, and they get caught in melee, and there's a terrible melee between the enemy winged hussars, our Junkers, and one of the blocks of pikes that was on that side. More pikemen head this way to help out in the fight against the winged hussars. One of the troops of Junkers attempts to flank the winged hussars. They do so very effectively. Our reiters, the piccolo mini cuirassiers here on the foreground, are deploying to support with their pistols the Junkers. The winged hussars eventually decide to give up, but they do so very hesitatingly, and they are being chased by our Junkers as they slowly head off. Under fire from our musketeers, our pikemen fall back into position at their tertios. Our Junkers are chasing the retreating winged hussars, and they are attacking their rear, taking prisoners, killing the rest of them. The entire troop of winged hussars on the side has been destroyed. The remainder here are being taken prisoner. And so our tertio has reformed. Once again, our line has reformed, our tertios have reformed, and they are firing again at the approaching enemy. There is more Polish cavalry heading our way. They hesitate, they stop. Hit by musket shot, they change their minds and head back. The enemy commander, Captain René, is still alive. The hesitation of the enemy army is hard to explain. They seem to attempt to charge in a group. They move forward. Some of the cavalry attacks, the rest pull back. Again, the same thing. They attempt to move forward in a coordinated way with the cavalry at the front. and then they turn back. Perhaps it is a tactic to delay so that the battle ends in a draw. Once again, they move forward. The cavalry at the front. They come under fire from our musketeers. Our pikemen move forward, seeing our pikemen. The enemy cavalry stops, and they head back. And of course they're achieving nothing in this way because they're being shot at the back. This troop of horse has been decimated. They just have about a dozen horsemen left. Another troop of winged hussars approaches our line here in the foreground. These winged hussars on the side attempt finally to make a charge. There are half a dozen horsemen left now. They get shot by our entire musket line. And they are massacred. The few horsemen that have survived flee for their lives. Another troop of winged hussars has made it. This one is possibly headed by the enemy commander, Captain Rene. They attempt to charge our lines. They do so very slowly. See the pikemen ready to move forward, and indeed the pikemen move forward. The winged hussars stop their charge and head off. Our pikemen take position once again behind the musketeers.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
Here's the overall situation in the minimap on the upper right-hand corner. Here's the enemy army. There's still a strong force, but by now the balance of power has turned in our favor. Here's the enemy general at the head of a troop of winged hussars, various units of pikemen and musketeers. Once again, the Polish army marches forward. Here's some of those beautiful Polish musketeers. They are now being fired at by some of the units on the walls and the units that have sallied out. This troop of winged hussars is still lingering. They're now being shot at as well. They keep losing the men. They retreat under cover from their musketeers. They seem to hesitate on whether to retreat in shame or to make a suicide charge at our lines. Once again, they stop and hesitate. They are probably searching for an opportunity for a weak spot in our line. They are being held back by the difficult pathfinding through these plowed up fields and farmland and the windmill. They seem to have made up their mind to charge our right wing. By now they are down to half their original force. And once again they stop their charge. They just stand there looking at our formidable line, at our glorious looking line. They're being fired at by our musketeers and they retreat slowly, suffering casualties. They've been decimated by now. Once again, our glorious line in their defensive position behind the farmhouses. Every time the enemy attempts to approach our line, they are met with a hail of musket shot. Here are those enemy musketeers that were covering the winged hussars. Some winged hussars are still moving in our direction. Eventually the entire Polish-Lithuanian army decides to retreat. Here's again the enemy commander, Captain Rene, at the head of this troop of winged hussars. The Polish-Lithuanian army is redeploying and marches forward once again over this wide open area in front of Allenstein. These beautiful Polish musketeer units, they are blue with brown uniforms, and they are glorious eagle, glorious flag. Everyone wants to have an eagle on their flag. Why not the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth? So the glorious looking Polish musketeers, possibly Cossacks, are moving forward, trying to take position at the top of this little gently sloping hill. You can see the windmill now. And by now this should be visible to our men who are, you can see they're already firing their muskets. And the Poles have taken position at the top of that hill. Being shot at by our musketeers, they decide to fall back once again. Will they stand and fight? The ones who are lingering behind, they've been cut to pieces. So we've decided to make a move ourselves and move forward. Seeing us move forward, the enemy commander moves up with his troop of winged hussars. They try to attack our musketeers, but they are being hemmed in by our pikemen. Not to say also by our Junkers and our reiters. The enemy commander
The battle is
retreats.
very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
And the enemy commander has fallen. Captain Rene has fallen. More likely he's been taken prisoner. And so this spells the end of the enemy attempt to take Allenstein. They still have some units left, but they are routed here. Most of them are fleeing. They are abandoning the field of battle. They are lifting the siege of Allenstein. Our cavalry is charging in, taking prisoners.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Just this one stand of pikes is still holding their ground. All other enemy units are fleeing. Our cavalry here is taking prisoners. Here's that small block of pikes, still making a show of resistance. They are about to be charged on both sides. Time is running out. If they don't flee, if they are not routed soon, the battle will be over in a draw. So one of the troops of Junkers is about to charge their rear. Our reiters, our Piccolomini Circes are taken prisoners. Here's that troop of Junkers and another troop of Junkers at their front. They're about to attack them on both sides. Time is running out. Time is of the essence. They have to be routed very soon or it will be a draw.
The shadows grow long, and we're neither the vanquisher nor the vanquished. Only death claims any victory on this field today.
They are routed in the very nick of time. And it says it's a draw, but I think it is not. They've been routed at the very last split second. So here are the results. Our musketeers have accomplished themselves well. The cavalry has taken a lot of prisoners. The demi-lancers have done reasonably well. The Junkers, Victor Amadeus von Julius-Klevberg is victorious. And the enemy has been defeated. They lift the siege of Allenstein.
Command me, sire. Ja, mein Kaiser. Orders.
A victory for Sweden once again. Thank you for watching.